Rafi's Rants.
Hola, you amazing artists. Every once in a while, we're gonna run into naysayers. And naysayers are basically a brand of people that are out there that will naysay whatever it is that you think that you want to do.
Needless to say, this really chapped our hides.
Yeah. Whether it is creating a creative career for yourself or doing anything that is outside of the spectrum of normal, quote unquote normal, which by the way, we have established many times on this channel that there is no such thing as normal because everyone is effing weird. We got an email from a friend who told us that a friend of theirs, an actual friend of theirs, told them, why are you pursuing this art thing? There's no way that you're going to succeed in this art thing. You're going to be starving for the rest of your life.
A lot of the decisions that we make in life is due to peer pressure. And a lot of that peer pressure comes from these stupid fables and stories and myths that are told throughout the world, right? So a lot of these kids are probably growing up having to settle on doing something that maybe their parents want them to do.
Something safe and practical.
And then there she is saying like, well, I want to pursue art. And because they've gotten pushback from their parents, then they think that as a friend, my job is to give you pushback because I don't want you to make the same mistake that I almost made. You never even tried it. You cannot call it a mistake. You cannot try and dissuade somebody from doing something that they want to do with their life simply because you have some theory that maybe you got from your parents or from society saying that if you try and become an artist, you're going to starve.
The truth of the matter is that a lot of people, when it comes to what we do as artists, it's outside of the spectrum of what they know or what they understand. We'll get a lot of really weird advice from people, even if they're trying to be supportive, where they'll be like, well, you know what you should do? You should do this, or what you should do, you should do that.
You know, you should do something practical because blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, have you ever tried anything in your life where you were taking a risk, or have you ever even been successful at anything? Or are you living in your mom's basement?
I'm not even sure most people understand that they're doing it. It's like a young, hopeful soul, creative soul, and then someone else like, I have things to say about that subject.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's like.
And I'm sure that a lot of you guys out there have heard these very colorful comments whenever it comes to like your art career or getting started as an artist or actually making money with your art.
You can accomplish anything that you set your mind to.
Absolutely anything.
That is not an airy-fairy way of looking at the world. The fact of the matter that the only obstacles that you will actually run into are the obstacles that you have in your mind, and usually the people that are closest to you. And what I mean by that are friends and people that you trust. Because those people don't understand how to do something that you've set your mind to, they are going to try and discourage you. Because a lot of times those people have given up on their own dreams. And if you are able to succeed, then all the reasoning and all the crap that they've made up in their lives to keep them where they are, that all starts to fall apart. That's why a lot of times when people look at artists who are successful, they say, oh, they were lucky, because it kind of...
it flies in the face of common knowledge.
Yeah, no, they just got lucky. They got lucky. It has nothing to do with perseverance. It has nothing to do with skill. It has nothing to do with the fact that they just kept going and didn't give up.
Some people just can't understand this concept. My own mother, 10 years later, still says, you guys are so lucky to be doing what you're doing. And I'm like, luck had nothing to do with it,
Luck
lady.
had nothing to do with it. We busted our butts and kept going even when things looked like we should give up. The only way that you could ever fail at anything that you set your mind to is if you give up. That is it. So anybody that is giving you any advice that is the contrary, that they're looking out for you, just tell them, hey, you know what? Focus on your own life. Look out for yourself. Let me dream big and accomplish big things. Because honestly, in my experience, all of those people that were naysayers in any way, shape, or form, eventually, when you are doing well because you decided not to give up and you kept going, those are the people that come out of the woodwork and it's like, oh, I always believed in you.
Yeah, we always knew you were going to do great things.
Yeah.
When it comes to advice from people, really you need to look at the source. Where is this information coming from? A lot of it is based on their own experience in life and how they approach things. Problem with that is that they're not you. They are not you. They don't know how you're going to approach things. They don't know what you're capable of. They don't know how much you're going to fight for this thing. No matter how well-meaning someone's advice is, the advice usually has more to do with their perception of you, what they think you are, who they think you are, what they think you're capable of, and has nothing to actually do with you.
We've had to tell these people, whether they're well-meaning commentary or not, look, I understand you might have limitations on what you think is possible, but I'm trying to do something here. So it's actually not helpful at all.
Yeah, don't try and talk me out of doing something that I want to do. You don't see me telling you to, what it is that you should be doing with your life, and you should be doing this, and you should be doing that. Anybody that's telling you that you should be doing this, or you should be doing that, or you should be doing that, tell them to go fly a kite. It's your life. You get to decide what it is that you want to do. You get to go into something, change your mind, change direction, do whatever it is that you want to do, but you do it because that's what you want, not because someone else is telling you that it's not possible or that you should do this or you should do that. That is not the reason that we are here to live our lives. We are here to live our lives because we want to express ourselves in the most way that we possibly could. And the only way that we could do that is if we pursue what we want with our lives.
Surround ourselves with people who understand that.
Yeah, if you've got, listen, first of all, if some jerkwad is telling you that you can't do this or you should probably do this because they think that they have even an ounce of experience in life, you could tell them to just take a hike. You don't need to surround yourself with people that are going to try and discourage you.
It's okay to divorce your friends if they're not good for you.
Yeah, trust me, I ended up having to divorce a lot of my corporate friends because they were just miserable. And anything that I wanted to do that was outside of the scope of what they thought was possible, they tried to talk me out of. And I just don't need that garbage in my life. There's plenty of people out there that I could be friends with that are going to help motivate me. I don't need to make time for somebody just because we have history. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I want genuine, awesome friends that are going to support me in my life. And that's what I surround myself with.
Can you imagine what this world would look like if no one ever took risks or no one ever pursued a harebrained idea or no one ever followed their dreams?
There would be no innovation. Nothing that is new. The iPhone wouldn't exist. None of these awesome things that exist in the world would exist because most of the people that came up with them were told that they would not succeed or that they would fail.
Or that their idea was stupid.
Yeah, or that their idea was stupid. So do your thing. We believe you. We will back you up. We are with you all the way. So
storm the castle.
Storm the castle. I'm going to stop ranting now.
At the end of the day, remember, this is your journey. You get to choose. You get to decide what kind of life you're going to live, what it is that you want to do with your life. No one else gets to make that decision for you. No one. You want to be a creative? You want to get out there and be an artist? Then do the things that an artist does and don't pay attention to the naysayers, because as artists, I could tell you every single professional artist out there has had to deal with this, and the one thing that they did was not listen to the people that said that they weren't able to make it. So anybody that is giving you advice that just doesn't jive with you or is telling you that you're not going to be able to do it, their opinions don't matter. And I'm curious to know if you've ever run into a naysayer and how you handle a situation with a naysayer, especially when it's somebody that's close to you or a family member. How do you handle that? I think that would be super helpful for a lot of us out there. Go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. I totally adore you. And if you like this and you want to watch more like this, just go ahead and click right over here to subscribe.
And we'll talk to you soon. Adios.
Goodbye, everyone.